going to be live on Instagram here in just a minute. Can I go to top academic D3 while playing MLS X2 GPA 3.8 freshman center mid? Can I go top academic D3 while playing? Yeah, that's very promising, Timothy, especially as a freshman. That's very, very, very promising. That is very promising. So yes, potentially. Would you join an ECNL team? You might not get as much playing time, or ECNL if you go live. It would depend what grad year you are, Nick. If you're like a freshman or sophomore, then maybe you shouldn't do it. But otherwise, you could. Nico, in a minute here, Instagram is going to go live. So I will be answering questions on both pages. It keeps freezing though. Gosh, that's annoying. So Instagram, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Am I frozen? Do you mind actually, Nico? Do you mind going on Instagram real quick, seeing if I'm frozen or not?
Yeah.
On my end, it looks like I'm frozen, but I can't tell. It's annoying me. Okay. Okay, I'm going to send that email. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. I'm sending an email to a family real quick. Yeah, I'm going to send that email. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. I'm sending an email. Sounds like I'm working. Am I working? Is it frozen, Nico, or no?
No, you are. It is working.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. 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 Hey, I play Sunday League, but I feel I'm levels ready. I'm ready to try out for Soccer Republic. I only help with college soccer, I'm afraid. Is it worth to stop playing high school even though we are in the best state? No, definitely don't play. Yeah, keep playing high school unless you are playing MLS Next. Then you can skip it. Instagram. Okay, hey, do you mind answering my questions after email? Yes, I'm here to answer your questions. What steps should I take as a rising freshman playing MLS Next? You need to send me videos so I can see if you're really good. But MLS Next is good. You should go to camps. That's big time. Definitely go to camps this summer. Hello, Yay. Hello, Beef. Hello, Jarago. There's 50 people on Instagram, so if I don't say your name, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me, my guy? What are your thoughts on E64? Aim for Division 3. We can hear you. Okay, great. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. You're not frozen. Okay, excellent. Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so where was I? Hello, YouTube. We're live on YouTube also, which is cool. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok right now. Okay, and the winner right now is Instagram. I play NAL. I'm a sophomore, 3.2 GPA, Division 2 soccer. Can you play Division 2? Yes, you could. Absolutely. Can NAR, RAL players play D3 or D2? D3 maybe, but very difficult. I play for a U19 NPL team, but I have an offer ECNL team. For my age group, I'm a freshman. You should switch teams probably because NPL gets very little exposure, but it means you're good if you're playing up here. Know anything about PPA? Yeah, PPA, I don't love PPA if you're a junior. If you're younger than a junior and you like the schools going, which tend to be like Vassar and schools like that, then Walter Massiglio, I do recommend it. Should I play for ECNL team or go play MLS X2 with a higher chance of playing for the MLS X team? MLS X team. If you want to play D1. I'm playing athlete turn MLS X2 next year. You think it's good future? I'm a U15. Yes, that's very good. How do I get recognition from MLS Next coaches? Send highlight videos and go to tryouts. If I'm a freshman playing E64 NAL, could I play D1 or D2? You could play D3 if you're a girl. You're a girl. E64 NL. You could play D3 or D2. Yes, you could. Send me your video. I'd love to see it. Toby Nagoyan, I saw you DM'd me. You need to go find a new team if your coach doesn't want you. And book a call, Toby. I know you DM me. What's the next step for playing Elite Academy? Aim for D3 and D2, and you could totally do it. Hey, Zev, how would one go about a gap year? You just have to take a gap year, but be very careful because it's hard to come back if you're not playing for a club team. Hey, Zev, what do I do if there's no clubs above NPL in my area? Go to ID camps. Will Elite Academy live MLS Next 2? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Wins word. How much better is MLS Next to okay. So I am trying to answer all your questions. So I'm going to get to everybody. Nico, you handle TikTok for me best you can. In fact, Nico, can you join me? I don't think you can. No, you can't. Nico, best you can. Just DM people back on TikTok and just try your best. We don't have to answer everybody's questions. There's literally 120 people here, which is excellent. Great to see you all. And if you guys want help, book a call with me. If Nico, what's your name on TikTok?
It's just Nico and then a bunch of zeros or something.
Okay. You can keep your name if you want, but maybe later you'll change it to Nico, called Soccer Guy. But Nico can answer your questions and trust him. He works for me. Okay. Are you going to be at the ECNL playoffs this weekend? No, I don't go to pretty much any playoffs or games. Everything we do is online, but send me your video. I'd love to see your video. If I'm playing SCCL and playing some games with ECRL going to sophomore year, is D1, D2, D3. You have to aim D3 for SCCL. If a coach asks what other interests do I have, can I say I have interest if I got genuine emails? Yes, go ahead and you can leverage those. Is MLS Next 2 better than ECNL? Not yet. No. I want to go to D3 or JUCO. I'm a senior. Do I go to MLS2 or ESRL? If you want to go to JUCO, you don't have to worry about it too much. Most JUCO, well, it depends how competitive the JUCO is, but it wouldn't matter about the club team. JUCOs is all about getting to know the coach. Jag, are you a boy or a girl? Hey, I'm playing MLS X2 as a 2012. What should I start doing? Book a call with me and send me your video. How can I go in the pro league? We only help with college. If I'm playing in the Mad Dog tournament, what should I do to stand out? 10th grade right now. You need to send video before you go. Trying to stand out at the tournament is a waste of time. You need to get interest before. When are you leaving? What division can I play as a freshman on varsity playing ESRL? Aim for D3 first, but you can move up. My son's N is NAL, but not MS2. Can you provide more context? Basically, NAL gets very little exposure, so it just means you're going to have to go to more ID camps. Yes, that's the tone. I play MLS X2 with a 4.1 GPA and a junior. Can I go D1? I play MLS X2 with a 4.1 GPA and I'm a junior. Can I go Division 1? Short answer is no, but it doesn't mean that's accurate. I would need to see your video. So send me your video and I could take a look at it. I need to find an EDB team, EDP in Long Island, New York. I'm from Long Island. It is possible. I'm a rising senior who just joined an academy that is UPSL. Can I play college soccer? UPSL will not help you play college soccer, so you must go to camps. But you probably are the level if you made the team. They just don't care about college soccer. If I'm in an off season and very skinny, should I prioritize going to the gym over playing soccer? No. Don't worry about weight. Just get better at soccer. What can I do to start the process for a D1 as a Dubai student playing at a decent level? Book a call. Internationals are very complicated. We have a couple Dubai students, actually. As a freshman MLS, can I make D1? Yes, potentially. You need to go to camps this summer. Can you share advice on video editing process software for Trace to make a high video? Use wevideo.com. Trace is fine, but you need to actually have a regular editing software. We edit the videos custom. So if you want the best video, then we can help you. If coaches ask what other students do I have, can I say I have interest if I got genuine emails? Yes, you can. That's okay. Is it better to not playing at a lot of MLS Academy or be playing every minute for a non-MLS team? Depends how old you are. If you're a freshman, 8th, 9th, or 10th, I would say no playing time is okay. But if you're above that, then you need to play. Is it good if I'm playing NIL but playing 4 years up? Yeah, that's very good. What should you be playing as a 13-year-old soccer player in Girls Academy? Um, what should you be playing as a? Do you mean what position? If you're playing in Girls Academy, that's really good. That's potential D1, D2, D3. I just went from EDP to NAL in 1 year. That's a big jump. That's great. What steps? This is KY Rivera. What steps should I take? Sophomore 3.8 GPA playing GA. Can I play college? You can play college. As a girl, though, are you going into your sophomore year or going into your junior year? You should book a call because you're in a little bit of a pickle because girls get recruited so much earlier than the boys do. And that can be kind of scary. If you guys want to, if you send me a DM on Instagram with your video right now while I'm live, this would be on, you could do it on TikTok too. Um, okay. Um, Okay. Let's see here. Nobody. Okay. Can you do ECNL MSX comparison? Which one is better? Varies per player. Can you book a call? Okay. Sure, she's 12, 7th grade. Please book a call. Click on 4th through 7th grade. Okay. All right. Anyways, if you guys send me your video right now, Caleb sent an attachment. Okay, somebody sent me a DM. So I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna watch this video. So if you guys want to send me your video right now, I will take a look at it. So I can share my screen, I think. Yes, I can. To the screen share. Entire screen. Okay. On Instagram, I'm sharing my screen. That looks bad. Oh, that's okay. All right. So now, okay. So this guy sent me a video. I'm also gonna just forward this real quick. Oh no. Okay, wait. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. So I'm actually gonna make content right now while I'm live with you guys. So just bear with me. I will answer your questions in a minute, but just bear with me for a second. Okay, Mr. Edwards, I'm making a content here. So people are sending me DMs where every single thing will be individual. So I'll start a hook. That's when the video begins. So everybody else listening, you guys are seeing your content I will post. So thanks for, and I will get back to answering questions. But somebody sent me a DM. Their name is Aiden Tong. And if you're on Instagram, you should be able to see my screen. If you're on TikTok, actually, I can flip my screen for you. Flip my camera. Don't worry. Nico will answer guys' questions if you're on TikTok. So Nico, how's it going over there? Have you been able to answer some?
A little bit. I'm not the fastest typer.
That's okay. No worries. Take your time. Nico's doing his best over there. Okay, so here we go. Somebody sent me this guy's Aiden Tong. Let's take a look at his video. So I really need your help. Oh, this is new. I've never seen this. I promise when I get to Premier League, everyone here. Oh, that's pretty legendary. Okay. I've never seen anything like this before. Okay, sorry, we can't make this a video. He's an international kid. We only help with college. So we only help with college. Very cool that he tried to do that. So editors, don't bother with that. I can't help him. Okay, I have a question. This is a hook, Mr. Editors. And I'll start the hook. Okay, never mind. We have to wait for him to ask his question, so that doesn't help. Okay, ready? Here we go. Reviewing a women's soccer highlight video to see if they're good enough to play college soccer. So there's the hook. Now let's watch the video. Okay, so first thing I want to say is it's wrongly formatted. You cannot format it in this horizontal way. I'm technologically gifted because I'm advanced, but college coaches can't see this. It must be completely filled the screen. So that's number one. I do know who she is, so that's good. Great tackle. Good pass. So this is Trace. So this is an every touch video. And there are some already really good dribbling moments. It looks like they maybe sped it up. Don't do that. Because college coaches will then know that it's not real, and we don't like that. So don't speed it up. Let's see if she's involved again. So don't speed it up like this. But she's good. She's very good. DPL. Wow, she's way better than DPL. You should, if you play DPL, you're only going to be able to play pretty much Division 3. There are very rare exceptions, but you're a way higher level than DPL. You should be trying out for a GA or ECNL team and then book a call with me. That was very good. Definitely very good. Good job. Good job. Can you please book a call? You are better than DPL for sure, and won't be able to play super high level from DPL. But you can play college soccer for sure. Okay, that was very good. So editors, that's video number 1. Okay, here's another video. Nope, no video here. Nothing here. Oh, just kidding. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to make another one. Reviewing a highlight video to see if they're good enough to play college soccer. Okay, so right off the bat, Sports Recruits is fine. It's always better when it's on YouTube from college coaches' perspective, but it's clearly on both. So let's see if I can go watch it on YouTube. So the reason we like it on YouTube is because we can easily see if there's more video, which we like to see, and there is no more video. So that's problem number one. Now, there's no self interview, which we don't like. What I do like is it's very clear. It's not too much information. I would like the club to be up here. And since you're not tall or big, you should do not put this information in unless it makes you look good. And this does not make you look anything special. So take this out. Just put your name, your club level, and you don't even need your high school. And you should have a self interview. Okay, now let's watch the video itself. 5, 4. Okay, so we got a circle right away. I would zoom in some more. So like I can zoom in like this, and then it already looks so much better. So look how much better this looks when I zoom in. So you guys need to zoom in on your videos. This is what we do when we edit kids' videos ourselves. So now I'm playing it. Look how much better this looks. Okay, good. Nice touch. Good goal. That's a good goal. Now, right now, it's hard to say, but I can tell you already, and I've only watched for 15 seconds, this is a Division 3 potential soccer player, and coaches judge it that quickly. You're playing sophomore as a varsity. You're playing on a turf field, which is high school. This is high school footage, probably not club footage. The level I can see is okay, and you're playing U.S. youth soccer. So you have to aim for Division 3 from this current video. Now, you're a pretty good soccer player, so I'd like to see more of you for sure, but book a call with me so I can learn a little bit more about your information. You said you have, it doesn't even have your GPA on here, so that's a big problem. So, very good. Please book a call with me. I'd love to learn more about you because you do look like a good soccer player. We would be aiming for Division 3 as of this time. So, I'll put here aim for D3 as of now, but good moments. Please book a call. I'm going to say, can you book a call? Can you book a call? Okay, brilliant. All right, looks like I'm going to get a lot of messages from you guys. So I will look at these in a minute. I'm just going to answer some more questions. So let me pause this really quickly. Okay, I'm going back to my live. Boom. You don't need that in the way. Okay, I'm going back to live. TikTok, where are you? Flip camera. Okay, hello, Mr. TikTok. Wow, 70 people here on TikTok. That's a record for me. 70 people. What time is it? Okay, this is a good time of day, apparently. And the summer's here, so you guys are out of school. Or is I Instagram? Where is my Instagram? Okay. Instagram. I know you guys have a lot of questions. I'm trying to get to everybody as best I can. If you book a call with us, we can talk to you more. In fact, we have a call here in about 9 minutes, and you can hear what a call is like. What has Mark exposure? USL Academy or ECRL? Oddly, probably ECRL, but you should play USL Academy and send video and go to camps. Will you be at MLS Next Showcase in Tennessee? I will not be there. Please send me your video. I'm playing UPSL as a rising senior, and I have a 4.2 GPA. Can I play college soccer, D3 or D2? Yes, you can play D3 or D2. D1 maybe is still possible, but I need to see video. My main sport is soccer. I'm a sophomore. I'm playing 3 sports. You have to quit other sports if you want to play college soccer at the above D3. If you want to play golf, you could maybe walk on at a D3 smaller school. 17-year-old senior stuck between playing defense, where I'm better, striker. Play whichever position you have the most fun in because that's what matters. My main sport is soccer. Okay, you have to change. You have to focus on one sport. One sport. Goalkeeper, 2020, 10 born, moved up to E64, 2009. Is D1 within reach? Short answer, no. You have to be playing MSX or ECNL, Elite Academy, NAL, but E64, it is possible to play Division 1 if you're really good, but it's very difficult. Have about 20 genuine emails from D1 as sophomore, but was not seen live. We'll get called on June 15th. Congratulations, my man. This is what I try and tell people. Congratulations, Mr. Cameron. I took a screenshot of that. Very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. My main sport is soccer. Okay, I'm a freshman about to go to sophomore. How many camps should I go to this summer? Cash Frontiero 2. If you send another question and you troll the page, I'm going to ban you. So please don't do that. Okay. I'm a freshman about to go to sophomore. How many camps should I go to this summer? 2 to 3, 1 genuine, 1 mass, and 1 dream school. I'm going to be a sophomore with 4.67 GPA, and I played GA in 2009. What should I be doing? Lauren, please send me your video. That is potential Division 1-ness, but I would need to see your video. Have your parents book a call. Okay, you sent your video to me. Okay, Instagram. I'm just trying to catch up Instagram. Okay, Instagram. I think I caught up to most of you. Okay, TikTok. Let's see here. What's so special about June 15th? Division One schools can call you. Can I play Division One UPSL? Yes, a short answer, but they don't get a lot of exposure, so you have to go to camps. How do you watch highlights? Send it a DM to my TikTok or to my Instagram. How good will the new MSX tier will be? It'll be very good. Um, can you give more info on MSX2? It will get exposure. I would say it's a good place to be, but I would need to see your video. How do you watch? Can I send you my highlights? Send it. Just DM me your highlights, and I'll figure it out from there. How do you watch highlights? Can I play Division One? Okay. Excellent questions, everyone. So now, in about 5 minutes from now, I'm going to get on a call, and this student is going into senior year. Let's see here. They've sent me their video on Canva, which is not recommended, but they did send me their video. Oh, he's from a different country, but he goes here. So let's see. Is this even a video? This is a video. So this video is not okay, but he looks to be pretty good. Whoa, what a strike. Whoa, he's the real deal, actually. That was a very good goal. So he's got some pretty good moments here. And he's played for the national team. Holy shit. He played for in World Cup qualifiers with Bahamas. Wow, that's the real deal. This kid is good. This kid's very good, playing for the national team, for his own national team. That is a pretty big deal. Okay, I'm excited to talk to him. I take it back. So we're gonna be talking to a national team player for the Bahamas, which will be pretty dope. I'll share my screen so you guys can see it in a little bit. Um, and yes, real quick, I have to do a couple logistical things. So just give me 2 more seconds, everybody. The call's in 5 minutes, and then I will answer more of your questions. So just give me a second. No. Okay. There's that one. Okay. Da, 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 da. Nico, you want to see something funny? Okay, I'm gonna show you something really funny. So have you seen on TikTok these AI videos with the barefoot with the Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Okay, so look what I made. You're gonna laugh at this. Hold on a second. I need to share. I want to share Instagram. Instagram, I want to show you guys this too. I hope you guys laugh at this. I'm thinking about making content like this, and I want to see what you guys think. If you think I should do it or not. Um, see if you guys think it's funny. So let me share my screen real quick so you can see it. Okay, so I made this video. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. TikTok, tell me what you think of this. If you think I should make video like this. This is pretty legend. Let me share my. Can you see my? No, you can't see my screen. I'm gonna share my screen, Nico. Okay, you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. I haven't done the next one yet. What do you think? Do you think it's good, guys? What do we think? Do you think it's gonna go viral? It's really hard to keep the consistency of this character to this character. I've been trying to figure it out, but I haven't figured it out yet. But I think it'd be pretty funny. And I think like I watch those videos, man. They have millions of views.
Yeah. Are you using the Google Video or what are you?
Yep. Yeah. It's the Google video. Yep. If we could figure this out, Nico, I think it could be a pretty big deal. We'd be the only ones in the industry outside of Bigfoot doing it.
Bigfoot soccer guy?
Yep. So be the Bigfoot soccer guy. I was thinking I could even do like any other character, but you've seen the Bigfoot. Everyone has seen it. So I think it's better to stay what's super popular, you know? I need a poll.
Yeti too, the college soccer Yeti.
So we could change the college soccer Yeti. That's not a bad idea. College soccer Yeti. Let's just see for fun if I think I'm out of credits, which is why I didn't do the next scene yet. But yeah, I do want to. I think it's something worth exploring. And maybe the question is, do we do a whole new page where it's just the Yeti giving advice? Or do I put it on my main page and see? The only problem with the main page is people are like, well, who am I going to call? you know, but it's just too cool. And look how good it is. It's just so good. I can't get over how good it is.
The
So
second one's really good.
the second one's really good. So good. So that's good to know. This one looks really good. So this one, I have to study it a little bit more to figure it out to see if it can work. But anybody online on Instagram or TikTok, do you guys like the Yeti? Do you want Bigfoot or the Yeti? Who's more popular right now online? Do you know? You've seen the Yeti or you've seen the Bigfoot or you've seen both?
I've seen both pretty regularly.
Pretty regularly. Okay. For some reason, I like the Bigfoot for some reason because it's like so silly. But okay, Nico, I'm gonna hang up on Zoom. I'll see you on the next call.
Yep.
All right. Okay, everybody. So I'm gonna get on a call now with a student, with a potential student. You guys can book a call also if you click the link in the bio.
Recording in progress.
And this kid's really good. He's got a highlight video that's really good. It's not put together well, but the clips are really good. Like, he's good. I saw a goal that he scored. I could show you, I think, if you're on. I can show you, I think. I was pretty impressed, I have to say, with parts of his video. I don't know if he's the right fit to work with us, to be completely honest, but we will see. Okay, so sit tight, everybody. I just need to get ready for this call. If you guys have any questions, you can send it to my DMs, or excuse me, you can chat as you are now, and I'll have to get to it in a minute as I prepare for this call. So, okay, here they are here, I think. Okay, they're here. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Thanks so much for taking the time. We're very excited to speak to you all. Before we get started, could we just ask who found us first?
Oh, I found you like online when I was looking for like college soccer stuff.
Excellent.
Like, just committing, like looking for schools.
Excellent. Awesome. Let me ask your parents, what did your son tell you about me?
Well, he approached me about it, and he said that he found someone who could really help him and moving forward concerning, training and also universities and coaches he could be introduced to who would help him in the future.
Excellent. Really, thank you. Your son said nice things about me. I bribed him, so I'm glad he got the message.
You're a nice person.
Oh, excellent. That part is still TBD, but we will see. Now, having said that, this is my former student, Mr. Nico, who's just listening in, taking some notes. He used to be you. Now he's playing college soccer, and he's learning how to work for me. So I appreciate letting him sit in. Now, one of the things I sent over before this call was a video about how it looks like to work with us, including the cost. Did you guys see that yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching that. I appreciate that. Which is then to say, we have 3 goals today. Number 1, can I make you quit and scare you away? Number 2, are we the right fit to work together? Like, can I truly help you play college soccer? And number 3 is, if we are going to help you play college soccer, how can we help you do that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that in mind, one thing I want to say is, I am known to your son's. I have made kids quit before. This is a family that worked with us for a period of time. Said my kid didn't just quit you; he quit soccer. I am not easy. I'm here to help you get recruited. So I don't want to work with kids unless they're super committed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So given all of that, I want to ask a couple questions to your son first. The first question being, I liked your video. There's a lot of things we need to fix, but your soccer ability is something I am very interested in, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I want to ask you, how many phone calls have you had so far?
I haven't really done phone calls really.
Okay.
Only one I recall with Coach Levy, Tribeca D2 in Tennessee. So
Okay.
but I've also been emailing other coaches as well. So with phone calls, just one, but emails I've done more.
Okay. Now, how many visits have you been invited on?
I've been invited to like 2 camps, but not like necessarily a visit.
Okay, no official visits yet. So no visits,
No,
no
sir.
calls. You are going into senior year, correct?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So from my perspective, that is concerning, especially since I've seen your
Yeah.
ability. I'm going, that's,
Yeah.
there's something off that we have, like, just to give you an idea, like I'll show you in a minute, but like the the D1 schools that are the top, they are majority done with your class. So I'm
Okay.
not saying you're too late. There are many D1 schools
Yeah.
that still need players. But if D1 is something
Yeah.
we want to approach, no phone calls or visits. This is something we need to fix. So which would
Yes,
then
sir.
bring me in your scenario, what is that you think you need the most help with from a recruiting perspective?
I'd say exposure
Hmm.
because I mean, like the school what I'm at, yes, we go to camps like now and then, but it's not like much. I'd say like only 2 camps, so we don't necessarily have like a like getting exposure is pretty hard, especially because like with high school soccer, my school isn't ranked particularly high. It's ranked a bit lower, so that means not as much eyes are looking at my team, even though if there's like better players on the team than the ranking shows. So I'd say just getting exposure is the main issue. But
Okay, yeah, getting
I don't know.
exposure. Now, right now, you
Yeah,
only playing high school. I saw you playing for the national team too. Are you playing club soccer?
yeah, playing club soccer with no set.
Okay,
We
that's what
just
I.
entered like MLS. Like,
Yes, I
yeah,
saw that. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I saw that.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, in saying that, if I said to your parents kind of the same thing, your son kind of knows what he wants to study, which is epic. What is it that you guys think he needs the most help with from a recruiting perspective?
Hmm.
Also, could I get a charger real quick while I answer?
No problem. No problem.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah.
You always need help in every area. Just to stay focused, be
Hmm.
consistent,
Yes.
and respectful, and make sure if you ask to do something, follow through. Don't say, "Oh, I'm going to do it." No, get it done.
Yes. Well
That
said.
kind of.
So that makes sense. Some
Mhm.
making sure he
I
gets the
like
work done.
right.
Okay.
I like completion.
Yes, that makes sense. From your father's perspective, anything else you think he needs help with?
Mhm.
With in terms of his interest in soccer
Basically,
player.
soccer, right? Yeah.
Specifically recruiting. We can talk about his improvement as a soccer player also, but to be honest with you all, we are past that point. He will get better, but we need to get recruited or he won't be able to play soccer in college. So my question
Yeah.
is specifically in recruiting, if dad, is there anything else that comes to mind?
Um, when you say recruiting, that is, you would be responsible for recommending which college he
Yes, exactly.
can.
So part of your point, that sounds like finding the right school for him. That's both good at soccer
Well,
and good at school.
yes, yeah, both.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
Academically, as well as in his profession, it would have to be a very highly recognized college in terms of his future academic life.
Excellent. So that's actually something I was going to ask you guys. I played college soccer and I played pro soccer for 10 years in MLS and in the USL. And I went back to school to get my master's. And I'm really grateful I did. And I didn't want to at first, much like your son. But my mother said, "You're going back to school." And now I get to do what I do now. So I'm very grateful I did. So, mom and dad, would you agree with me that even as we pursue his soccer team, his college soccer team, academics are equal, if not more important?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Excellent. So, given that, why do you guys want to help him play college soccer? We could just focus on academics. Why do you want to help him play college soccer?
Because he always wanted to play soccer. We had him enrolled from he was 6. Um, he always had that interest. He also played baseball, but he said, "Mom, no, I really think I want soccer." And I think we need that balance.
Yeah,
To stay fit,
Yeah.
competition
Yeah.
gloves, but yeah.
super helpful. Now, I want to ask you. Oh, go ahead, Dad.
Academically,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, academically, he is, I would say, between a B plus and an A student.
Excellent. And that is very good and can help us get some money, which we can look at in a minute. Which then says to me, I want to ask your son, um, I want to ask your son, can I confirm, can I ask you, why do you want to play college soccer?
Why do I want to play college soccer? Because I aim to make it to a professional level.
Okay, so your
To
ultimate
play.
goal is pro. Excellent. And you
Yeah.
know your parents want you to go to school. I want you to go to school. You want to go pro. And we know for now, unless you sign tomorrow with LAFC or in your case, say Nashville, the best way to go pro is college. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Okay, so we're on the
Definitely.
same page, which is great. And look, your son, like I said, I played pro soccer, and I'm really grateful of the experience I had. But the beautiful part of America is we can do both at the same time, and you can get school
Yeah.
paid for, which is pretty epic. And I played. This is me playing pro soccer in the Toronto with MLS and in the USL, and I had a great experience. But one of the things I talk about is I made $900 a month and I lived in a closet and I loved it. But, I needed to go back to school, and I was playing JV soccer as a junior in high school. And then I played Division 1 and I played pro soccer for a long time. So given that, I love hearing what I'm hearing from your son. What I want to do now is kind of give you my diagnosis of your current situation. Is that okay? So when I look at students' videos, right, and this is the video your son sent me, this is it on Canva. I look at videos and I put them into two categories. Category number one is, what will a coach think of your video? Okay, that's number one. Number two is, what is your level? So here's what I need to be very honest with you, hence me trying to scare you away. You might not think I'm so nice after this. Your video is not okay. You cannot send this video to college coaches. And the fact that you have and gotten some response is a miracle, which says a lot about how good you are. And you are good. So that brings me to the level. You can play Division 1 soccer. I've seen your clips. I've seen the stuff with the international level. You have a super goal. I think it's this one. This is a really good technique. This is phenomenal. This is really, really good. So I'm looking at you going, hey, this kid's a high level player, but getting responses from, as you said, your high school, it doesn't matter. You just joined MLS Next. You cannot send this to a coach. On top of it, one of your best moments is at the bottom of the slide. So the first thing we need to do, if you work with me or not, you have to fix your video, and you need it to be more videos, which we edit all the videos for you when we get to that point, but you got to fix your video. Okay. That's number one. Number two, I know you're emailing schools and you've kind of mentioned Division 2 so far in terms of proper, genuine interest. And I think you can play Division 1. So if you don't want to miss that boat, if you work with me, we're going to email a list of Division 1 schools, and I'm going to tell you which ones to email. So this is an email system I built. If I click select all, it will select all the Division 1 schools. We'll go dear, #coach, #genuine, #school name. It will automatically populate the coach's name and something genuine. And we can insert your new video into the system. And when you do it, it will automatically ask the coaches, send more video. We'd like a phone call. We don't like you. Please reach out to us. So we get a lot faster and better responses. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then the system will keep track of all your emails for you. Did the coach watch the video? How long did they watch the video for? Was it genuine? Was it generic? And then we follow up. Even if they don't respond right away, we're going to teach you and tell you what to say. And the system will remind you. Your mom was saying, someone needs to be on top of you. The system will say, hey, this person didn't respond. You need to follow up. This person didn't respond. You need to follow up. And we want to make sure, because at the end of the day, look, I just had a call before you, and I told that student they're Division 3, which is fine. And I want them to try and play Division 3, and that's the realistic deal. It's pretty rare that I come across a student where you're telling me you're talking to D2, and I think you should be talking to Division 1. That doesn't happen to me very often. So with that in mind, my biggest concern, though, is your current package is not okay, and hence why you're not talking to Division 1 schools partially, which is then to say camps. There's a lot of camps that are available to go to. In your case, at your age, we cannot send you just to any camp because they're expensive and coaches may not need you. So the goal with you is there's about 2 camps this summer that I think you should go to if your parents are up for it. However, the best way to pick camps is if we get genuine interest. So like you already talked about, some schools have emailed you back. And if you like those schools, we can talk about it. But like Belmont should be all over you. You know, those types of schools
Okay.
should know who you are. So in
Yes.
saying all of that, we need to talk about camps. But the biggest thing, and this is where I'm going to flip the script for a second, I want you to say to me, Ruben, I want you to say, Zev, why should we work with you?
Okay, Zev, why should we work with you?
So my biggest job, my number one goal with my students is I want to make sure you find a coach that you love. I played Division I soccer and I had a great experience. I was the captain and loved every minute of it. My coach is the reason I went pro. He put me in the combines. He made me go to the drafts. I was a good player, but I wasn't like the best by far, but he's the one that connected me. My brother
Yeah.
played Division I soccer and wanted to quit. He was miserable. It was an awful experience. He played Division III, and we wish we had picked a different school. So in your
Yeah.
scenario, the reason I think you should work with me, or the reason I love helping kids, is I want you to find a coach that you love that will get you a good education, pay for some of your school, but also help you go pro if that's really what you want.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to pause there for a second. I want to ask your son, is this the help you're even looking for? Do you want help with video and help with emails and picking the camps to find a coach you love?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. There's like one camp that I like planned on going to this summer,
Mm-hmm.
which was with Memphis. Like that was the one of the D1 schools.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like
Okay.
one of the options.
Excellent. So I'm glad if you've already booked it, that's great. We don't go to
I
those
didn't-
camps. You haven't booked it yet. Okay. That could be
Yeah.
one we want to consider with you, especially since it's a good program. You don't go to those camps cold. So we need to send them a bunch of video before you go. So that way they
Yeah.
actually watch you. Otherwise, you're
And-
depending on them picking you, and that's hard.
Yeah, and that was the coach who I sent the email to who like was answering me. We had like about 11 messages like back and forth, and
Good.
I was updating them. So that
Okay.
was like one of the
That's one of the
yeah,
genuines. So that's great. Now, I think you'd agree with me. One egg in your basket is not typically enough.
not a lot. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it's great. Look, I'm not surprised. If they sat down and watched your video like I did, they'll have the same opinion. My concern is most coaches just wouldn't have clicked your link because it's not appropriate. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm excited that they like you, and we want to get a lot more of it. And I think that's realistic, which then brings me
Yeah.
to your father's point is connecting you to coaches. So I'm not allowed to directly connect you. It's against the NCAA rules. I'm not allowed to be an agent. So my workaround is this is a college coach texting me. Is this one of your students? I love their videos. I love their interview. It makes my life so great. This is a coach texting me. When are you going to send me all your ballers? We're already done with our 27s and our 26s. So this school's done for your class.
Yeah.
So my job is to say to this coach, hey, I have a kid who's really good. I can't connect you, but I will tell you to email them and I'll tell you what to say so they respond.
Okay.
And this coach will say to me, hey, Zev, here's what I need. I need a goalkeeper, a center back. We went to the Final Four this year. This is what I'm looking for. And this is a coach saying, hey, this student just committed. Thanks so much for your help. We really appreciate it. So the coaches know me, but I'm not allowed to
Yeah.
directly connect you because of the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is then kind of say to your parents, is this the help you're looking for your son?
Yes.
Okay.
it is.
Now, this is what it looks like to work with us kind of on a day-to-day. So I am like, have you been to the dentist before?
Yeah.
So I'm like your doctor. When you go to the dentist, the doctor will walk in, look at your teeth, and he'll leave the room, and you don't really see the doctor that much. Your dentist
Yeah.
is kind of who you work with every week. So you're going to get a CollegeSoccerGuy coach who has been through this process with me. Nico is shadowing because he's in the process of learning. And then you're going to work with one of my coaches. Now, you can still directly message me as much as you want, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to respond to you. I will respond to your coach, who will then respond to you. And it's not that I don't want to talk to you. I'd love to talk to you,
Yeah.
but I have to go edit your videos. I have to go talk to college coaches. I have to go to the NCAA conferences. I have to go to showcases. So I'm busy
Yeah.
working for you to figure out which is the right school for you. Now, given all of that, we also want to, your dad was talking about getting better at soccer. So I do want to go through your footage and say, here's how to get better. But I have to be honest, for the next 3 months, we don't have time for that. I need you to get recruited.
Yeah.
We can talk about
Yeah.
soccer later. You're then going to get a
Yeah.
Google Drive. And this is what your mom was talking about somebody who will keep you responsible to get the work done, is we will fire you if you don't meet with us every week. And part of the way we
Okay.
do that is we have a document here with every time we meet, we write the date and we give you a to-do list.
Yeah.
You need to do this. We need to
Okay.
do this. And every week we write it down, and every meeting we do is recorded. So mom and dad, if you can't be at the meeting, you can say, Ruben, what did you do today? And he can show you the recording. because we want to make
Okay,
sure we
thanks.
get the work done. And then we're going to edit your videos. So from now on, if you have any international stuff, I really want that footage. We're going to make you
Yeah.
a highlight video. All your videos we'll make for you, and we will make all of your every
Okay.
touch videos as well. So that way
All
we
right, thanks.
can make all the videos faster and get them on your YouTube, get them on your Instagram, so we can start getting you in front of coaches. And if you want to go pro, this is also part of the new world.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we're going to give you a D1 list. We're going to give you, as your father said, a top academic D3 list because grades are
Okay.
important and also
Yes, sir.
because you want to study engineering. But the other reason is leveraging. If you get offers, which you don't have any yet, and a D1 school like Memphis is like, maybe we like you, maybe we don't. And then you say, well, I have 5 offers from other top D3s, they'll pay attention. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's a timeline. We will talk about D2 also. We're going to give you an engineering list, so that will be helpful. And then we also want to know your top schools. Like we want to know your dream schools. If your dream school is, in your case, say Memphis, I want that on the top of your list so we know how to help you get a hold of Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's fine, man.
Excellent.
Easy.
And then the last thing is, if in the next 3 months you're not being genuinely recruited by a school you want to go to, then we'll refund you. Now, like you're already in talking to Memphis, so I'm not going to count that one. But let's say there's a different school, Belmont, just giving an example. Then I might say to
Yeah.
you, hey, our job is good. We're helping you and we're succeeding. If you get no
Yeah.
genuine interest, then my process is wrong. It doesn't work and we should refund you. Now,
Okay.
right now you have kind of a 3.4 to 3.6. If you can get a
Yeah.
3.5, this is the amount of scholarship you could be looking at. But you got to get a 3.5 and above.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, most of the money is actually in Division 3. If you want the most money, Division 3 soccer is where it is. And the reason for that is while it's not technically athletic, the soccer doesn't have that much money. So the money comes from the academics. So you get into the school because of
Yeah.
soccer and they give you the academic money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there's a D3 kid who got $300,000. This is not out of the question for you, especially if you get the 3.5. But I will be honest with you, the money, say you could get $50,000 or $20,000, it's not worth a miserable coach. Does that make sense? The
Yeah.
20K over
Yeah.
your life.
Understand.
We want you to go to a school you love. So in saying that, money means 2 things. One, it means they actually want you. Like if Memphis say to you, we like you, but you'll be the 28th guy on the roster, you're probably not going to play. So you won't
Yeah.
be happy. On the flip side, if they give us money and Memphis says, we're going to give you, your freshman year, we're going to give you 10K, but if you play, we'll give you 30K. That means they like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to find a coach that you like. So in saying all that, I'm going to let you ask your questions in a minute, but this is what it looks like to work with us when we work with students. So I'm going to show you this briefly, actually. This is a student who we kind of fixed their video, and this is what we need to do with yours. Give me 1 second here.
Yes, sir.
So the video was the difference for that kid. Now he went on to get a
Yeah.
scholarship, but the video he had, he was okay, but the video was really the problem. His video was not good, and yours kind of reminds me of that. So there's 3 models in which we work with kids. The first model is what we call white glove. This is where we do everything for you. So we write the emails, we press send, we make the video, and you just sit there and wait for us to tell you what to do. Now, the good news is if you have no time in your day, we'll do it for you. The bad news is if I say go to a camp and you say we can't go, then I'm like, why are we doing this? I'm the one doing it for you. So you have to do what we say, and it's not really negotiable. So that's this model. The second model, which is kind of what we lean towards for your case, because it's not like you're starting from zero, is we do the process together. You will write the emails, we'll fix them, and you press the send button. So I still want to read every email you've sent so far. I want to read every email you've conversed with Memphis to see what's going on and tell you what to do next. But we're going to work as a team. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the price for that. And then the final option is you do it by yourself. We give you the cool AI system. You can email the schools, but I have to be honest with you, I'm not going to even let you buy this. I'd rather you not work with me because your video is not okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let me pause there for a second. And I want to ask your son, we don't work with that many students because it's a lot of 24/7 work that we do. So I want to ask your son, why do you think you're the right fit to work with us?
Well, I think that desire is there, hunger is there. I've already started trying to do the process on my own. As you've seen with the video, I've already been in contact with emailing coaches. I just feel like I need that further step or that further assistance because it is, even though you're not listed as an agent, technically you are like, yeah, you're basically indirectly doing that. So, and I feel like that's what I've been missing because I believe that my ability is there to play at the next level, but it's just the exposure, getting the opportunities is not really there. Even though I have been trying, I have like made a huddle page highlight video, but it's not really, the exposure hasn't really been there or opportunities, I'd say.
Yes, well said. That's really appreciate that. And that's what I would then say to your parents. We don't work with that many kids. Why do you think your son's the right fit to work with us?
Yes, okay. In the future, I mean, in the past, I took him to London camps and different, he's in Barcelona. So I try to do that every year and expose and get him out there. But it seems like he still needs that professional, that connection, he needs that nudge. You understand? He's on his own, he just, it's not going where he wants it to go. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well said.
If we
I understand.
if we work along with you, I'm sure he will get in and he will be satisfied with himself and you, of course.
I love hearing that, and I appreciate that. Which then brings me to kind of what we want to do in this next stage is I want to say to your son, I'm going to make a video right now as if we were working together. And in this process of us working together, I want to show you guys kind of what your first day will look like with us. And when I show you this, I'm going to kind of talk about what we're going to do on a day to day. And then what I'm going to ask you guys is I'm going to say to you, if you had to work with us right now and pay us right this second, which is not the case, but hypothetically, what questions might you have for us just so that way we can answer your questions? So I'm going to make this little video and this is we recorded, so you guys will get a copy of it. And also it's going to go to your coach who you're going to work with along with me so I can keep our internal notes together. So I'm just going to share my screen here real quick. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Hi, coach. So I'm with an awesome family right now. And one of the things I told the student was he is D1 level. Now, my concerns are we're late, technically speaking, in the process, right? We have kids his age who are committed, but he's good. And he's playing for the national team, his own national team, and I saw the footage. It's very good. It's very good. And he was playing the qualifiers for the World Cup. It's a big deal. So in saying that, here's what we're going to do. Number one is he's got a huddle and he's got what we'll call Canva. We need to make a proper video and we're going to do a self-interview. Now for him, we're going to script the self-interview a little bit different than our other kids because he's playing with the national team. So we will script that for him. The next thing is we need to do an audit. He's already been talking to schools, maybe like 3 or 5 schools in a very real way. One of them's D1. So we just need to read about it. And I need to read every email and go through it with him and go, what did they say? And how should we follow up and all that good stuff. Then we're going to send a mass email. And this is going to go to the D1s and it's going to go to the D2s and the D3s. And I expect all of this to be done within the next month. So this will go to the best Division 3s, the best D2s, and it will go to every D1 school. And I want that to happen with his video pretty quickly. And I expect a lot of response because once we fix his video, it's very good. Then it will be a follow-up, which is like, how did they respond? What should we do? Then the camps. There's a couple camps. He already mentioned Memphis. The short answer is we should probably go, but I need to read the emails before we confirm that. The second thing is there's another camp that I think you should maybe go to. This is the camp. We'll talk about it. It's debatable. I need to see. But based off of this emails, we would then pick, one or two others. So total this summer would be like 2 camps, 2 or 3, where we would get to see him, and they would confirm they want him. Now, this also brings us to August. By August, we're going to send a new email about visiting, and this is called the forced visit, which we'll talk about. There may be a camp involved. He's playing MLS next, so that's kind of a recent thing, but if he's going to Flex and Fest and all that, we need to obviously leverage all those things. But the big thing is, I think he can get offers on video alone because of the national team stuff from D2s and D3s. The D1s will need to see him in person, but if he can get these offers, this can become very, very real. And then the coaches will reach out to me and say, we're looking for XYZ. That will happen in the next 2 months or so after June 15th. And then we will tell him who is exactly looking for him. And that's when we will quote unquote connect. We're not allowed to directly, but quote unquote connect.
Okay.
And that's when we'll know. So by June, July, August. So by September, I expect him to, I'm not allowed to say offers legally, but I do expect significant knowing where you will be applying by that time. And then you can decide, of course, what we'll do. And if you get an offer and you're not ready to say yes yet, then we'll postpone it and we'll see if we can get something else. But he will be done by February. For sure, he'll be done. He will know where he's going by February. Okay, excellent. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so that's for your coach. So now I'm going to ask your son, have I managed to scare you away and make you want to quit?
No.
No? Okay, I'm going to see if what happened to my camera. Okay, so I haven't been able to make you quit, which then brings me to your parents. And I'm going to say, obviously we've gone over all of these things. If I said to you, you got to pay me right now, which is not the case, what questions do you guys have for me?
Okay, what are the questions? Okay, how would you normally receive payments?
Good question. So we do it through credit card, and we do it in 2 ways. You can choose to pay it up front in total if you want to, or we split it into 3 payments. First month, second month, third month. And the reason we do that is if at the end of the 3 months, you don't have genuine interest, then we have to refund you.
Okay, I like that.
Excellent. And then the other thing is I want to answer your questions. The other thing is when we send the email over to you, and this is for your son, I just want to be clear. It is mandatory. You'll see it in the agreement that you must message us a minimum of once every 2 weeks, but it's what it says but I'm telling you in person right now, we need to talk to you every week for the first 3 months because
That's one of my questions.
Okay, cool.
Will we get some type of phone call or follow-up within
Yes.
days or
Good question. So we'll send you an email, and actually the moment you fill it out, you'll be sent to our app. And we want mom and dad and your son to all get into the app so we can talk to you there as much as we want. We used to do emails and cell phones, but you have a life and it just gets mixed. So we just put it in one place. And there we do expect your son to book us this week, ideally. With the big thing is we just need to fix your video. Ideally, we'll probably book some of the camps before we even send your video because they're going to get full. So if you guys are up for that, we would just say, hey, this is a safety because we just have to make sure we go to the camps. But then we can always get out of the camps. Let's say you get a bunch of genuine interest. We can email the camps and say, hey, I have a family emergency. I can't come. And they'll refund you. But if we don't book the camps, it's kind of like you got to book the flight. Otherwise, you don't get to be on the plane. So during our first meetings, we'll talk about that.
Okay. The app itself, is there an option where you can refund that out?
Good question. Everything we do is through the credit card. So you'll pay up front, and then from there, the app is called Discord. Your son has it, I imagine. It's for the kids.
So
It's just
the app and the payment, that's it.
Yeah, so the app is totally separate. It's just like a username, password. The payment will come from your credit card, and that's when we send you all the details.
Okay.
Okay. I know you said you don't interact with the coaches at the university. What about the coaches to the camp?
Good question. So let me back up. I do interact with the coaches at the universities. I just can never directly connect you and your son. So I can't, if they call me and say, we really like him, I go, look, I'm not allowed to talk to you about him, but I will connect him to you over here, like a dating coach. You're not dating me, you're dating your son. So I will be your dating coach, but I will the coaches DM me on Instagram. I have 100,000 followers. I do this pretty often. I was an All-American. They know who I am. So my job is now to directly connect you.
Yeah, I just want wanted to know the connection between you and the coaches. If he goes to camp, would you have?
Oh, good question. So those are the college coaches at the camp. They are the college coaches. It's not somebody else. So at the camp, the camp are the coaches. So, and that's who we want. That's why we're going to the camps. We want them to see him.
Sorry, I didn't know. Okay.
No worries. Good question.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a good question.
I have, yeah, I kind of think. So what, okay, and one of the other questions I had was to protocol in terms of him being, what do you say, recruited.
Yes. So when you say the protocol, like what happens when he gets an offer?
Yeah, it's like he gets an offer, the process.
Yes.
An email.
Good question. So yeah, good question. So it's very different. Every school works differently, and hence why we have a lot of kids at different places. But overall, what will happen is, this is how I anticipate it happening for him. He will send some emails out, and they will say, I want to get on a phone call. And on the phone call is when they'll make the offer. Then they will follow up via email and confirm the offer and say, here's what the offer will look like. Then as a family, they'll get on another Zoom with everybody, say, we like your son. We want to get to know you. Can you come for a visit? And then at the visit, they'll either do the offer there in person, or they'll say, hey, look, we sent you the email with the offer. We want you to come for a visit. We want to make sure you love the school. And you guys, just so you know, you should not commit to any school without going on a visit. So even if tomorrow you say, like, give you an offer, you don't commit to any school without going for a visit, because it's too much risk. What if you don't like the school? What if the food sucks? The housing, there's a danger, there's a million things. So you always go visit the school. So to answer your question, Mom, you won't commit to a school until you go for a visit.
Got it. Okay, what if we got 3 offers? How do you know which one is the right offer?
Good question. That is my job. Very well said. So we're going to help you. And there's a couple ways we do that. One, I can just tell you between you and I, is we want to talk to the players and say, hey, is this coach a prick or is he a nice person? And we're going to coach your son how to do that, because the coach is going to sweet talk you. I'm a great guy and blah, blah, blah. You're going to play every minute. And then if you go talk to the players and they say, look, he's a prick, but we win, your son might say, I don't care, he's a prick, but I'm going to play pro. I'm happy to deal with it. Or if the coach is, and here's the good news. Players always tell the truth because they look out for each other. So if you go to a coach, like with my brother, the players told us the coach was a prick, but my brother was like, yeah, but the coach said I'm going to play every minute. And that we should have known that was a lie. I was 19, so I didn't know what I was doing. Now I'm 31 going on 32. I've seen it many times now, and we will not make that same mistake.
Okay. That's good. Well, I'm happy to have you.
I'm happy to hear that. So here's the next steps. I'm going to send your email, and I have your son's email as Ruben DJ357, and I think it's mom's email as Dean Thea 44. I'm going to send that email over to you right now. The moment you fill it out. Now, here's the only thing from my perspective. If you have any other questions or anything else, you're more than welcome to email me and say, hey, Zev, we had another question. That's fine. But if I don't hear back from you in the next 24 hours, this is my week this week. These are all the kids that want to work with us, and I cannot work with this many kids. And so I have to prioritize selfishly. Your kid is a home run for me. He's good at soccer. He's going to listen to me. I would like to work with him. On the flip side, if you're not going to put in the work, then I don't want to work with you, because then I won't be successful and my ratio goes down, and I would prefer if it did not. So to that end, I'm telling your son, you have to sign up with me this evening, latest tomorrow. If you email me and say, hey, we had a question, then I'll save your spot. But if you ghost me, then I will have to give your spot away. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So here's the email. And then what you'll do is when you get this email, you'll click on this link, and this link will take you to the agreement. And in the agreement, you will see exactly what we talked about, which is you must communicate with us every week, or if you don't, we will fire you. And you have to keep your grades up above. You must give us video, and you have to get us your self-interview. And if you do those things, like I said, we're typically successful, but that's why it's in the agreement. So I just sent that over to you guys. I actually have to run to my next call. I will talk to you guys very soon. And if you have any other questions, you can email me. Otherwise, Mr. Rubin, the moment you sign up, I have a favor. I want you to, you're going to get a video from me, and mom and dad, you'll get the video too. Mom and dad, you can do it later if you want to, but Rubin, you have to do it right away. I need you to get into the app, because that's where we send the link to schedule with your coach. And that is how we fix your video. Because the biggest thing here is we need to book the 2 camps. And I'm going to make a video about it right now for your coach. We're going to book the 2 camps, and I'm making it right now. We need to book the 2 camps, and I'm writing down which camps those are. I think you should do Memphis, but I need to we'll confirm it when we talk, and there's one other camp I'm writing down. Book these, and then we need to fix your video, and once we do that, everything else will fall into place.
Got it.
Okay.
So you'll be sending us all the details when those
Yep.
2 camps.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
talk to you
thank
guys
so
soon.
much.
Nice to meet
Later.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh. Stupid thing, bro. Hello, everybody. I'm live still, and I have a follow-up call in about 2 minutes, so I know I haven't been able to answer many of your questions. Instagram, I think I'm still live on. I don't actually know. I think I'm still live on Instagram somewhere. So I want to say thank you for your patience and everything else. Am I still live? I still am live. So thank you for your patience, everybody. If you would like to schedule a call, then you just have to click a link in the bio. Oops. Okay. All right. So, anyways, what was I saying? If you want to book a call, click the link in the bio. But all of that is to say that I have another call here. I just sent them an email. I need to write down their names so I don't forget about them. Client. Okay. 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 Said yes. Okay, then hold on 1 second, everybody. Okay, hold on, everybody. I'm gonna get back to you guys in a minute. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. I have 5 minutes. Give me 2 more minutes, everyone, and I can answer your questions. Thank you for your patience. I just have to record this real quick. Hi, Coach. So with this family, we need to book Future 500, and we need to book Memphis. So get those booked right away with this kid. The family seemed to be up for it. His name is Ruben. The family seemed to be up for it, but we got to book those 2 camps. He's really good. He's really good. The other thing that I didn't talk about with the kid is he's a 26, is April, May, June. We have to make a highlight video just from the national team and only from that, and every touch videos just from the national team. That's a really big deal if he has the footage. When we write the self-interview, he's going to say, my name is, I play for the national team and was part of the World Cup qualifiers. I also play for MLS Next. I have a GPA and play position in the class of I hope. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching my video. Okay. That'll be his self-interview. He's got to book Future 500 and he's got to book Memphis. Then we got to send out the emails. You can start with D1s, then do D2s, then do D3s. He's an engineer kid. His video is on Canva, which is a big problem, but he's got really good footage and the kid is really good. We just have to get his stuff together. He's also said he has a huddle page somewhere. So just gather all the footage, help him do it. He's ready to listen. Mom was really nice and I'm excited. Okay, so there's that student. Part 2. That was a part 1. Okay. Copy link. Okay, and submit. All right, there's that. 1:42. Okay, I've got 3 minutes, and I've got too many pages open right now. So, okay, excellent. All right, I have some other emails I have to fix. Okay, the form. No, see, that's weird. Mike Miguel. Okay, I gotta do something real quick. I gotta log in to my next meeting. Start.
Recording in progress.
Why is my camera not working? Son of a gun. My camera's not working. It's so annoying. Okay. Oh shoot. Mr. Nico, I'm still live everywhere, I think. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Nico, while we wait for this family, I have another thing to task you with real quick. So I'm gonna share my screen while we wait for them to join. Is family Mike Rosas? Maybe I'll just do it with you. They said they filled out the form. But they said they couldn't find the payment link. So that means they like filled it out. I don't know how they could have done that. But basically what I need to do, I don't know which form they filled out. So see when I put their email in, it popped up here. So that's another faster way you can look up stuff. Does that make sense? If you just put it in the entire Google Drive. So let's see if so one of two. So he did actually fill it out. So he just didn't find it. The question is, this is the 4997. So he tried to pay it in full, is what that means. Does that make sense to you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because here is the trigger. Here is the rename this. So all we need to do, what the heck just happened? Here it is. All we need to do is give him the link. So I can go into here and it will go into responses, settings, presentation, and we'll just say, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what happened. Thank you so much for letting me know. Here is the link. Here's the custom link. We have started to work on the drive and we'll speak shortly. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay, and I have to follow up with that to make sure that worked. And then there's one other family. Miguel Rosas. We had two. There was Miguel Rose, which is why I was so confused. Rosa, Manuel Rosa. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's actually fine. So this was Rosa, right? That was Rosa. Was that? No, Mike Rosas. Dang it. Now I'm confused.
Is that Sophia's dad name?
Good question. There's Manuel Rosa and there's William Rose. So no, this is the one that said they needed to wait a week. So this was the one that I just emailed back. Okay, I know who they are. They're the young one. I'm not sure how that one got screwed up, but it's not that big of a deal. I can fix that one later. Okay. Anyways, where are we? We need to be on Zoom. Okay. And they're not here. So now I have to call them. And because I'm live, I'm using my cell phone here. I'm going to call them here. Oh, dang it. This is the college soccer guy. Okay, I'm going to call him real quick.
Hello.
Hello, is this Mr. Fritz?
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Fritz. This is Zev, the college soccer guy.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. We were just trying to find your.
My Zoom link? I can.
I wasn't sure
Okay.
if it was gonna call or if it was a
Oh,
Zoom. So.
no worries. I think you're right. I think this is I have a Zoom, but this is I'm happy to do a call. This is not meant to be long.
Yeah. No.
So yeah.
We didn't really have many questions. We just want to. I think we're gonna forego this for now and see if we can get a little bit of help through his club or somebody until we can, get a few more things, clips and stuff together, see what he's got going. Just not ready to spend that kind of money on something at the moment.
Okay, super helpful. We do have some other cheaper models that would potentially maybe be in your budget. But I would be up to you if you're like, we don't want to spend any money, or if you're like, hey, we saw your value and I'm curious. So it's up to you.
You mean you have more beyond the three that you presented?
We do, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, is there one that would just kind of help him get a video together and then, or at least put the clips together, I guess?
Yes, good question. We have two for that. So one of them we described to you yesterday is we meet with you 24/7. You get the AI tool and everything else. And that one was the middle model, that 4997, which, as you mentioned, you're not ready to jump on. The second option is the same exact thing. Nothing is different, but you pay on a monthly basis. So that's $7.99. And you guys can do for 1 month where we make your video. You meet with us every week and we're good. And then you guys can stop and you get the AI tool for life. You get the Google Drive forever and you can meet with us as much as you want. And it's 1 month and then you have your video. That's option one in our new system. The second one is, yeah, go ahead.
$7.99 a month?
Per month, yes, but you can cancel it as you wish.
Okay.
That's one option. The second one is to your point, which if you say, hey, look, we just need the video and we want to we don't need to talk to you every week. That's where the other model is it's $4.99, which is we make your video. We have one meeting together so we can make sure we do everything correctly. You'll be able to message us in the app 24/7. And in that model, we fix your video and then you still get the tools and the AI forever and you can go do it by yourself and we fix your video for you.
I see. So these clips that he's been getting through his club, then that you guys would help craft that into one usable form. And then
we would also, exactly, we would do that. But also if he sent us any full game videos, we would edit those together too. So just like what we recommend for people is if you're going to work with us in either model, you make the most of that month. Send us as much video as you can. We'll make every touch videos for you. We'll make a highlight video for you. And then maybe you could leave the month with 3 videos. And then, it's up to you guys. However much effort you put in, we'll spit it back to you.
I see. Okay. Well, let me at least investigate that. He didn't clue me in on those pieces. And I know he's now, they already did have their tryouts and whatnot, but he's doing some keeper trainings still, and he wants to kind of converse with one of the guys this week here. So
yeah, what I'll do is I texted you.
A week. How about a week?
Good question. So unfortunately for these two models, you'd have to sign up, by tomorrow. So if you're not ready, don't do it. No worries. These models are a lot more work for us in a lot of ways because we have so much to do so quickly. So in saying that, I sent you the website for it. If in a week you say, hey, we want to do it, then you can text me. I just texted my cell phone and you can go, okay, Zev, we want to do it. Do you have room? And I'll either go, I don't have room this week, but let's start next week or some version of that. But I sent you the website and on the website are video tutorials of what is included in the $4.99 if you forget and the $7.99. So I sent you the website and if you have it, you'll have it and we can work from there.
I appreciate that because he didn't really send me a lot of other than, hey, we're doing this.
Yep, no worries. That's what it's for. So no worries. I put you down on my. I'll follow up with an email just so you have it. But regardless, I put you on my list and I sent that over, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Bye. Okay, we have a few more minutes here. Hold on 1 second. you know. I'll make a reminder to myself real quick. Okay, dealt with that one. Now the next thing is I gotta make a reminder to myself. Hold on a second. Somehow they got the wrong link. How did they get the wrong link? Manuel Rosa. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Hilarious. There's a different. There's Rose, Rosas, and Rosa all this week.
Oh, that's funny.
So the Rose Us was actually the one who messaged, which he just did it wrong. The Rose was a youth kid, and they just haven't done it. And Manuel Rosa is one of them. Rose is the one that said we wanted to wait a week, and I have to respond to them. And I'm going to do that right now, actually.
Rosas, was that a call that you had? Or?
Yeah, I did all of these ones. So I'm just going to respond to this real quick. I go, hi, Matthew. Thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, I'm just going to make a Loom video for them to be easier for me. Hi, everyone live. I know you're listening. Listening will help you understand what it looks like to work with us. So I guess that's good. So give me a second here. Okay. Okay. Hi, Matthew. I just thought it might be more genuine and a little bit easier to send you a brief video. So I love your email. I totally appreciate everything. Actually, when he works with us, we're going to actually give him a nutrition journal. So one of the things we do with our students, just so you can see it for fun, is they are going to get a nutrition journal where we do expect them to write down what they're eating. And we want to tell them like what they're eating, how much are they eating, what protein are they hitting. And if your son, as you said, is not at that level, we don't want to work with them necessarily, which I think he is. But what would Zev say about you feeling your body consistently every day? Because like, absolutely, I love that she said that, and we want to help. Here's our only dilemma. As you mentioned, he's young, is, we work with kids who are exceptional for their age, both on and off the field. Is we don't, as you mentioned, you can talk to us in a week. If you want us to save the spot, we're going to give you a deposit link, and it's $100, and we will save your spot, and we will save the spot, and you'll have it. If you don't do the deposit, you can still reach back out to us in a week. We just can't guarantee that we will have the spot. So I'm just going to give you the option for the $100. If you want to save the deposit, then you can at least have it. If you go, nope, we don't want the deposit, then so be it. That's okay too. And we will go from there. Okay, thanks. Shit, I gotta refilm it. I fucked up. I gotta do it again. Okay, sorry. I gotta refilm it. I showed something. Okay. Hello, Mr. Matthew. I just thought it'd be easy to do this video. I loved what you were saying. Everything is excellent. I just wanted to be transparent also. Obviously, we want to work with super committed kids, and I loved what your wife was saying. So I wanted to show you that when we work with students, we actually will have them take note of what they're eating. We want to know, what their schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. How much did they eat? What did they eat? How much protein is it hitting? There's an app that we use actually that allows us to keep track of these things if he's up for it. It's not our main focus. We're not nutritionists, but we do know basic because we all played college soccer and pro soccer. So we have a pretty good understanding. Having said that, we want to work with kids that are exceptional. And if he's in the inconsistent 14-year-old headspace, then we may not be the right fit. You are a very high level swimmer, and I'm sure at his age, you were very committed and you knew exactly what you wanted. And so you know what that looks like. So if he's not there yet, no worries. However, I know you mentioned like next week, it's very likely we'll work together. You're more than welcome to wait until next week, in which case I'm happy to work with you guys then. But if you want us to confirm that we don't give away the spot, we would ask for a deposit. And the deposit's $100. And if you do the deposit, then we will save the spot guaranteed. And you don't have to worry about it. The spot will be yours if you choose to work with us. On the flip side, if you say, hey, you don't want to make the deposit, you can still reach out to us in a week. I just can't guarantee that the price won't change or that we'll be full. So the price won't change in a week, but we might be full. So I just wanted to give you that option if you'd like to make the deposit. Okay, talk soon. Okay. Jeff, boom. Okay. Where was I? Here. Darn it. Okay, everyone, I have 1 minute and I'm jumping on to the next call. Mr. Nico's been answering some of your questions because he's a legend. So thank you, Mr. Nico. Okay, and then this one, I'll make a note to myself, 1 week. Okay, and then on Monday, try to pay. Nico, are you still there?
Yep.
There's a bunch of people in your third time follow-up that are still like there. It's been a long time. Are those done?
Let me check. So some of them were the ones that we sent text messages to yesterday and haven't responded, so I can move them out of there.
Yep, do that.
Obviously, we have Garen, the Garen family, which told us yes, but
they told us that's the 10K people.
Mhm.
Okay, just leave them alone, I think, unless you want to follow up again. But everyone else move. I don't want anyone in the Monday thing unless they're proper follow-up. It gives me a false sense of who's with us. And I don't like that. Okay, now I have a call right now. So I'm going to jump on this call. And okay. All right, I will see you in a bit. Start.
Recording in progress.
Restream, you're still here. Excellent. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Excellent. Thanks so much for taking the time. I'm excited to speak to everybody. Before we get started, could I just ask who found me first?
That'd be me.
Dad?
I'm the dad.
Legend. Let me ask your mom or your wife and your son, hello, good to see you. What did your father tell you about us?
Well, he started sending me your videos on Instagram, and he's like, hey, we should check this guy out because I feel like he can help you out with this stuff. So yeah, we just send each other some of your videos sometimes and like good talking points and stuff.
Awesome. Legend. Having said that, I love hearing that. There was a longer video we sent over that kind of talks about what we do when we're working with students and kind of what it looks like. Did you guys get a chance to see that yet?
Yep.
Okay, thanks for watching it. I really appreciate it. Which then kind of brings me to the goal today. We kind of have 3 goals. The first goal is can we truly help you play college soccer? And in order for us to figure that out, that's what this calls for. Number 2 is, can I make you quit? And I have made kids quit before, and I wouldn't say I'm proud of it, but if I can make somebody quit, I've saved your parents a lot of time and energy, and maybe it's for the best. And then second is, if we are the right fit, what does it look like to work together? So, in saying all of those things, I have a couple questions for your son first. Is that okay?
Please.
So the first question being, right now, as we're trying to find the right college soccer team for your son, right now, how many phone calls do you have so far
Like with colleges?
with college coaches?
0.
Okay, no calls yet. If I said to you, has anybody mentioned coming on a visit, not camps, but specifically like, hey, come hang out with the team, has that happened yet?
No.
Okay, and to confirm, you're going into your sophomore or into your junior?
Into my junior year.
Okay, excellent. That's what I have here. Now, in saying all that, if I said to you, what is it that you would like the most help with from a recruiting perspective, what would you say that is?
I would say making good videos to send to coaches, and then also like learning the process of how I should reach out and like what I should say when I am reaching out.
Okay, excellent. We will definitely go over to that. I like that. Now, from your father's perspective, what is it that you think your son needs the most help with?
I think he kind of hit on it. I think one of the things is, video. So, in watching all your things, the importance of video, good video, right? Not just any video, but good video. And how to reach out, right? So, he got some exposure from a school close to us, Port Washington, D.C. They had an ID camp. He went to there, he made a connection, but then things may have gotten a little bit cold. So how does he do all of that? So I think he's got it right.
Excellent. Okay, super helpful. Mom, more than welcome to jump in, but I think they kind of hit it on the head, which would then bring me to your son. Why do you want to play college soccer? Why is this something you're passionate about? I know what you want to major in, it's super cool, but it does limit. Not every school has that, obviously. So why do you want to play college soccer?
I just really enjoyed playing the game, and I feel like every step in my journey, I've always taken it up a level, and I've always played up to that level. And I just want to play for as long as possible because I really love playing.
I can tell. I'm impressed. And I liked your video, which we'll talk about. You're very Kevin De Bruyne-esque. So having said that, I would say to your parents, and I think we already agree on this, but I played pro soccer for 10 years and I loved it, but I went, thank goodness my mother said, you're going back to school, and I got my master's degree. So I'd like to confirm with all of you, even as we pursue his soccer team, especially given his goals outside and off the field, that academics come first, even as we try and play college soccer.
They do.
Excellent. Yep. So given that, why do you want to help him play college soccer? We could make him just focus on school. Why do you want to help him play college soccer?
So I would say a year ago at this time, based on where he was, I didn't really think he had a chance to play college soccer. The amount of growth that he's done physically and also just in playing the game, and his understanding on the field has really been immense over the last year. And so it just seems it's, something that I know he has wanted to do, that until really, over the course of this past year, we didn't think was a possibility. And now, I think it is. I think he has a real chance. But we need some help there.
Okay, super helpful. I appreciate that. Now, what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you guys, is kind of. Oh yeah, please add, please.
Well, I was just going to add. I really buy into keeping kids busy, and I do think that athletes make better students if they're focused on both equally. So I think it would be good for them too.
Yeah.
So we want to keep that academic side very much at the front or matching.
Excellent. And I'm glad you said that. Obviously, look, I played college and pro soccer, but I learned a lot of lessons. And Nico, who's listening in on this call, he's taking some notes for me. He's a former student of mine who's in college now at a top academic school. And soccer and learning my methods. He's getting an internship. He's going to start a business. I would like your son to learn those life lessons that athletes learn, and also something that I enjoy teaching. So I'm glad we're on the same page, which kind of brings me to, from your parents' perspective or actually I should say from all your perspective, is I kind of want to give you a diagnosis of how I see your current situation. Is that okay?
Please.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to say is I love that you've been watching my videos, and I know that because your video, you followed a lot of my directions, right? You put yourself interview in there. You've made it specifically in every touch video. So I selfishly am like, look, I'd love to work with people who already listen to me because I know you're going to do what I say. So I like that a lot. So extra points. That's piece number one. Number two is we have kind of a dilemma here, which is I think your son can definitely play college soccer at a high academic program. The difficult part that we have is we don't have enough video yet, but also, you want to study aerospace engineering. Is that correct?
Mm.
And there are not that many schools with those programs. So the question really actually would come to this, even in this is unfortunate because, like I said, selfishly, I'd like to work with you, is if I said to you, you are not able to play college soccer, but you will be able to study at your choice of engineering, aerospace engineering school, I would encourage you to pick the engineering choice. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's excellent because academics come first. Now, here's the good news. All we can do kind of from this point forward is give you the best chance to play at one of those schools. And the good news is we know what they are. Like, it's not like if I study a kid who's studying business, there's a lot of schools we have to pick from. For you, it's not that difficult. Now, we have kids who have done this before. You're not my first aerospace engineering student. And I know the schools, Embry-Riddle and all those programs, and they're very good at soccer, but they need to know who you are very early because just like every other kid who wants to study it, those are the only schools for them. And the coaches love those kids early on because they know you want to go to their school. There is no, like, if a kid emails UCLA, that every kid wants to go to UCLA. Even if a kid actually genuinely wants to go there, it's very difficult to interpret if it's genuine. For you, you actually want to go to their school. So we need them to know that very quickly. Does that make sense? So when you go to the camp, they go, no, this kid wants to come to our school for the academics. He just happens to be Kevin De Bruyne. Wouldn't that be great if he's on my team? So given that, to your father's point of progression, there's a clip I'll show you where you do a really good job turning, then you show a sense of composure, Kevin De Bruyne, and then you play a through ball in behind. And I was like, the kid's good. The kid can play college soccer. Now, given all of that, as I go to my diagnosis, here's ultimately the deal, is my job is to give you the theoretical best chance to play at a school with your major. We are not going to sacrifice, which is a little bit different for some of our kids, where I might say, hey, you know what? You're going to go to this business program because you'll get to play soccer there. And they'll be like, the business programs are minutely different. So be it. But that's not what we're going to do with you. So your situation is have to fix your videos. And I like the video you sent me, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we're going to have to email schools. Now, our job, well, you already know who the schools are. We can obviously give you our list as well. Sometimes the majors change, but it's pretty consistent. But if you do our method, we will email schools who have engineering that are not aeronautical engineering. And part of the reason for that is if they're interested in us, like Colorado School of Mines is a really good engineering program. If they like us, then Embry-Riddle will pay attention. Does that make sense? But we won't spend any money. We're not going to go to camps or anything like that. But they do need to know who we are. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, given that, the goal here is how can we get all the best engineering schools per se at the D3, D2 level, which is kind of where I see you personally and fits our majors, to get to know who you are. So when we go to the dream school with our major, they pay attention to us. Does that make sense? Okay. So to be clear, we will email schools like a Carnegie Mellon or an NYU who don't have that major, but because they're so good at school and soccer, it will help us. Okay. Which then brings us to camps. This is not that difficult. We know the schools you want to go to. We have to go to their camps. That's non-negotiable. The goal here is we're not going cold. You cannot go cold to these places, especially the D2s, because they have a lot of international kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I mentioned Embry-Riddle. Is there another school that's on your mind that you'd like to go to?
Yeah, actually, the first school that we really looked at and we started looking at was Illinois Institute of Technology.
That's a great one.
D3.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have a student there, and they actually give a really good scholarship. So that is a great example that I think is realistic. And if a D2 school likes you, that's a no-brainer. That's a real easy one. Even if it's not engineering or not even aeronautical engineering. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where the emails come in. And you guys saw the system. So it's not that hard. We're just going to press send. The next thing is, at the end of the day, if you do choose to play soccer, even if you're at your dream school academically, if you don't like the coach, you will be miserable. So we have a student at Illinois Tech, which we can connect you to down the line. And we want you to talk to them and say, like, do you like your coach? And what are you studying? And can you balance this major with this soccer? Which at that school you can. But we want to make sure we discuss those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is then finally to say, one of the things I often talk about is making sure we find the right school for you and find your right coach. I had a great experience. I was the captain. I went to school in Indiana. So I'm actually, we played against them in like preseason when we would do our preseason games. Then my coach was a great guy from Valpo, Indiana, and I loved it. And then my brother went to a top academic school, studied engineering, and was miserable. He liked the major, but the coach was a prick and he didn't play a single minute and it sucked. So, and he got a lot of money. And in hindsight, we were like, it wasn't worth the 20K. We wish we had gotten 10K and he would have been happy. So having said that, that's the goal here. So given all those things, the next thing is, do I have connections to your schools? And the short answer is yes, because we have students there. On the flip side, I can never directly connect you. So my job is to make sure, like in your video, this is a coach saying, I love the Every Touch videos. I love the interview. Makes my life so great. We do want to fix yours up. It's not as professional as ours, but the fact that you got the theme of it was excellent. And then, these are coaches saying, when are you going to send me your ballers? So I want the Illinois Techs of the world to message me. And this is a Clark, which is a top academic D3, and similar, have civil engineering at one of the best. And we want them to say to you, hey, can you connect me? Thanks for connecting me to the kid, even though I can never directly connect you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. And then the final piece.
You cannot reach out to the coaches.
Right. I can't reach out to the coaches on your behalf. I can't be like, hey, this kid's a great kid, great school. I watched his video 15 times. I edited all of his videos. You should know him. Instead, I will tell your son, this is what you're going to say to this coach because this is what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pause there and I just want to ask your son, the game plan. Does the game plan make sense for you? We are only going to aim for the schools with your major, but part of that process is if you get to a point where, let's say you get into Embry-Riddle and or Illinois, let's say the school you mentioned, and you cannot play soccer, I still want you to go there anyways. Does that make sense? The hope is that because of soccer, you get into the school. That's the dream scenario. That because you're so good at soccer, they want to get you in, which Illinois Tech does do. Okay. So then the last thing I'd say to your son is, have I scared you away and make you want to quit? So that way, you don't have to do any of this stuff and you just go to school. No?
No.
Okay. Too bad for mom and dad. From your parents' perspective, is this kind of the help you're looking for your son, where the goal is to get to these types of schools?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Okay. So this is what it looks like. I think you guys saw this already, but this is what it looks like to work with us on the day-to-day. So we have a coach that you're going to work with specifically who helps our prominent engineers because there's a lot of similarities. STEM, your GPAs, your test scores, those types of things. The analogy I give you is I went to a very good engineering school, but I did not study engineering. But also, I'm going to be working for you. So, for example, you've been to the dentist before?
Yeah.
When you go to the dentist doctor will walk in, watch your mouth, and then you never see him again. That's kind of me. I'm your doctor, but I'm monitoring everything, right? I do your x-rays, I make sure your jaw's in line, and I make sure you're healthy. Your dentist is who you'll speak to every day, though, about your teeth and your braces and everything else. You can directly message the doctor, me, but I will respond through your coach. And it's not that I don't want to talk to you. I'd love to talk to you, but I also want to figure out if any new schools have your major, which means I have to go talk to all those schools. I want to figure out which camps you should go to. And I want to figure out which coaches need you, in your position. So I'm working for you over here while your coach is kind of with you day to day. But I speak to your coach every 2 days. And Nico here is shadowing me because one day he will be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So having said all of that, and he plays college soccer at a top academic D3 now, and I spoke to his parents just like I'm doing with you guys. Then we will edit all your videos. So I know you edited that Every Touch video, which was cool and helpful to me. We obviously want to make some more of those and then make a proper highlight video as time goes on and send that out in addition to. Then we're going to have a Google Drive, which you guys saw, which is this is one of our students. And we're going to create a list of schools that we're going to email. Now, for you, it's not that many. We're just going to email the top academic schools at D3. Many of them have engineering, but not all of them have aeronautical. And then we're going to create another list specifically, which you already have in mind. And this will be your top list of schools. Every school with aeronautical engineering will be on this list. And the goal will really only be to email the other schools to get a hold of these schools. Does that make sense? Okay. And then finally is every time we meet, we have a to-do list. And part of this to-do list is what do you need to do? Check mark, you need to do this. We record every meeting so you get a copy of it so we can aim towards the schools we want to go to. Now, I guess I should ask you briefly, are you 100% certain this is what you want? Or is there some part of you like, I'd explore a different type of engineering?
I'm 100% certain.
Okay, excellent. That's even easier. So to that end, as we explore this, this is the goal. So I want to be clear. This is the good news about your situation. You are going to apply to these schools, no matter what, with or without soccer. And the coaches need to know that. If they know that, it's a game changer for them because they're like, this kid actually likes the school, not just the team. Okay. And then the final piece is in the next 3 months, if you're not being genuinely recruited by an aeronautical engineering school, I will refund you. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, I don't think we're going to Stanford, so I want to be realistic. But on the same token, I do think the schools you mentioned, Illinois Tech, Embry-Riddle, these types of schools are realistic from what I've seen in your video. And you deserve to be seen. I can't promise they'll love you, but I do basically promise that they should watch you and see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, scholarship-wise does vary because of your major, but if we're aiming for Division III, they have the most money, actually, because the academics is where the money is. Now, you may not get the money without the soccer because you may not get into the school, even though you have great grades. Every kid is applying to those schools with the same grades. So your difference maker could be that you're good at soccer. So this kid had 300, this student had 100. What matters, though, for me is if Illinois Tech, for example, loves you and they say, we love you, but if you get in, let us know, and then you're on the team, they don't love you that much. Does that make sense? Versus, hey, we're going to get you in. They usually have 3 strikes they can use that on. You have to have the grades for them to use you. And they go, and you're going to play soccer for us, so we can't. And then this is the other beauty. You will know where you're going to go to school by spring, latest summer of next year, because you're going to do ED1 or ED2 in November, and that would be the goal for us.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Which then brings me to, and I think you guys saw this, kind of the different ways we work with the students. So we talked about your videos and you saw these other students. But the first model is what we call white glove. This is where we would do everything for you. We'll write all the emails for you. We'll tell you which camps to go to. We press send, and you just sit there and wait for us to tell you what to do. The problem with this model is if I say to you, like, you have to go to this camp, which most of them you'll agree with me, is not negotiable. I'm doing it for you, so you have to do what we say. On the flip side, if we work together, we're a team effort here. We'll suggest a camp. You'll say, I can't go to that. I'm sick or I'm on vacation. We'll say, no problem. Let's go to this camp instead. And you write the emails. We fix them, but you press send. So you're part of the process, which goes back to your mom's point. We want you to be part of this typically. We find this to have better results for your age. If you were this time next year, we wouldn't even offer this. You could only choose the other one because we're in a rush. At this model, we want you to learn the process because in a year from now, which is we're an annual service, you're not going to be done, be June 10th of next year. You may have to do some things, videos, emails, and we want you to know what to do. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last piece here is if you want to do it by yourself, this model doesn't work for you great because the AI system that we have, while it does have the schools with aeronautical engineering, we can't fix your videos, we can't meet with you, and so it's not perfect. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me pause there for a second. As I mentioned, we don't work with that many students, so I want to ask your son, why do you think you're the right fit to work with us?
Well, I've seen a lot of your videos, and I've seen like some of the testimonial ones where it's the kids who are playing and got into schools because of the help from you. And I just felt like that help would be really appreciated in the situation that I'm in right now.
I love hearing that, and I appreciate that. One of the things I'm not necessarily proud of, but I have done is I've made kids quit soccer or quit trying to get recruited, and I don't want that, of course. But on the flip side, if I make you do that, then I've saved everyone a lot of time and energy. So my question to you is, this is not going to be easy, right? We're going to have to email a lot of schools, text a lot of schools, follow up with a lot of schools. You're going to have to balance academics and the recruiting process. How do I know you're not going to quit when things get tough? Do you have an example in your life that despite tough times, you didn't give up?
I mean, the team I was on last year, really, because I mean the coach was bad, didn't give me playing time, and it wasn't a great level of competition. And then I move out to a different club, get a new coach, new team, and then I rise up the ranks, starting center mid, captain. So yeah, I moved past that adversity of a bad coach and all that, and I'm in a really good spot right now.
That is a great example. And that's the example we're looking for when we do our elevator pitch to the coaches. Is they're going to say a version of, why should you play for me? And you'll say you're great at coaching and all that stuff. But also you'll do a version of, hey, here's an example of where I didn't give up. And the coaches really want that, because about 3 out of 10 recruits do quit their freshman year. And that's like, they just spent a year recruiting you, then you quit. It's a waste of their time. So that's super helpful, which then kind of brings me to your parents. You've known your son longer than I have. Why do you think he's the right fit to work with us?
So I think when, sorry, I tend to jump in. One of the things I found about Andrew is when he sets his mind to something, he's committed, he really goes at it. He really throws himself into it. And, I've always been impressed by how he's able to, get things done, whether it's his schoolwork, whether it's his soccer, whether it's the saxophone playing. I mean, it's, the things that he does when he's in, and he's passionate about this. And I really believe that, given the right direction, he would put all the work into this that needs to happen, to kind of make this kind of dream of his a reality.
Well said.
Yeah, the only thing I'd like to flip it to a question to you,
Please.
Because my answer would be that almost more than any, I think Andrew's story is illustrative of fit is really important for Andrew to succeed. Fit with the coach, fit with the school, fit academically, and so making sure that he's not one of those 3 in 10 who quit. That the fit is the right fit for him. Is and if it is, it's off to the races. But if it's not, he's the 3 in 10. So how do we, I think Andrew has a big sister. We've been through the college rush before. She's a very different sort of student than he is. So we sort of know how it works, right? College in general. But what we don't have are the guardrails to help us get a good fit athletically and academically.
Yes, well said. So funny. Normally, I should have asked it earlier. I have your son flip the script, because I'm interviewing you per se. So I'd have your son. I want your son to ask me, Zev, why should we work with you? Will you ask me that question?
Zev, why should we work with you?
So the number one thing, to your mom's point, that I love doing, or that's most important to me, is finding the right coach, which is twisted because ultimately your son's going to play soccer for a long time, hopefully his whole life, but it's not going to be doing for a living. And I did it for a living. I made $900 and lived in a closet. So even if you do it for a living, you're not going to make a lot of money. So or money forever. So having said that, I go, look, his coach is who's going to dictate his entire life. And the problem with that is, what I should say is, who cares about his coach? Academics should come first, and he's going to get a job one day, and so be it. But unfortunately, because he loves soccer, hence why I'm trying to make him quit, what really will dictate his happiness is his coach, both on and off the field. So to your mom's question, this is literally, if you pay my fee for my services, that's what it's for. It is not so he gets into any school. It's not so he can even play minutes. It's so that way he loves his coach, and hopefully a school and a program that says, hey, not only do we have this major, but we do internships in the summer, and he's actually going to get a freaking job when he leaves college, as opposed to, in this era now, you could go to Stanford and coach U12 boys and not have a job. So that is kind of where my big message is. Hence, partially why I want you to pick the middle model. If it's up to me, is you might be the smartest engineer ever in the world, but one of the things I enjoy is I listen to podcasts like you do. And the number one trait for success, they used to say it was like work hard and grinding, but the most number one trait is likability. If people like you, you will get hired for more jobs and you will make more money. And, I have to be likable to you, so you'll work with me, and et cetera, et cetera. So what I want to tell your son is if he has a great experience with his coach, my coach gave me life lesson books. Like I read all these self-help books that he taught me, and it like changed my life. That's the experience I want your son to have. So to your mom's question, that is my main job, is to make sure you love where you go. And we ask the right questions to make sure you go on the visits so you find out if you truly love it, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
Excellent. So here's the last thing I'd like to do. What I want to do is I'm going to pretend like we're working together right this second. And I'm going to make a video for your coach as well as for me and for you guys to show you what that will look like. Then after that, I'm going to say to you guys, hey, if you want to work with me, are you ready to work with me? And if not, what questions do you have? Is that a deal? Okay, I'm going to share my screen here for a second, and I'm just going to take some notes. Okay, so just want to show you what this looks like. All right, so the first thing is that is important for your son in this case, and this is, I'm talking to your coach. This is a great family. I really like his video. Just for fun, I just wanted to show them what I liked about it. Is he's got a great clip here where I'll just show it to you really quickly. So he listened to us, right? Like we changed the order a little bit, like we'll do that stuff later. But in this moment right here, see how he slows down? Most people go backwards at this point. He did a really good job to still go forward and do a Kevin De Bruyne brilliant pass. And in this moment, I want to say too, the moment I saw him running, I thought, wow, he's really athletic. And not to be stereotypical to aeronautical engineers, but that's not always the case. So this was immediately like, wow, this kid's good at soccer. So anyways, to that end, the first thing is we do want to fix his what we call videos. This video he made was an every touch video. So for every touch video purposes, it was good, but we want to make more, and then we need to collect more to make a proper one, because the 5 minutes for every touches are great, but that's not a great first video to send to coaches in a perfect world. We want it to be a highlight video. Like that pass technically wasn't completed on paper, even if it was good. So having said that, we will collect more video, but I don't need it all done at once. If we send that first and then we can send the next one later, I'm not worried about your video. I just am telling you I want more. Next thing is I have already made a list. I actually made it before the call. This is every single school with aeronautical engineering. And I've put them in categories for you, which we'll talk about later. You have your own list, obviously. So we want to combine that list and put it for him. We're going to make, for our other students, we often make the top school list, but we kind of are vague about it because the kids don't know. You're not going to be vague. We will have your top 20 top academic engineering schools on this list, and we will want to know the camps for those, and we will book them. Does that make sense? It's very clear. There's no wishy-washy. Okay, so for the schools he will major in, we have the list. And what's pretty cool, when I built the AI system, if you ask this little robot, like, when is the camps, it knows the answer. So we'll be able to figure it out with you one way or another if you don't already know. Okay, sorry. So camps, we have the list. We want to book 2 to 3 this summer. And I don't even care if they're genuine or not. We have to go. Does that make sense? Now, ideally, we make them genuine before you go. That would be a perfect world. Sorry, you guys have a question?
No, so we compiled a list of
Excellent.
camps.
Excellent. So we'd love to help you reference those and go, here's a campus we like, or which school do you like more? Just be, feedback for you. Then the next thing is we will send a mass email, and this will be a little different, to the D3 top academic, which some of those, like Caltech obviously does have it, and they're on the list, but Occidental, we will be emailing them, but you're not going to do anything. We will email some D2 engineering. So I will tell you, when you work with us, if you work with us, we're going to send you an email that's going to look like this. And what it will be is you're going to get this link. And when you fill this link out, you're going to click on engineering. Now, I will separately go add into your list aeronautical engineering, but we need this on your list because these are other schools we will email. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is then to say, going back to my notes here, we're going to email the D3s, top academic. We're going to email the D2 engineering. And then obviously the whole goal here is, aeronautical engineering. So his major is where we're going to focus. That will take us a week or two to send all the emails, and you only do it once. We'll never do it again. Then it's just a process of follow-up and focusing on the visits in the fall. And we are going to go to schools this fall. which will help you send that email out in August talking about, hey, coach, like, we'll help you draft it. But we are going in August, and we will help you kind of force the issue if they don't already give it to us early on. And then the final piece will be, you know, where do we like, which is what your mom is saying. And that goes back to my kind of steps of how we help kids. This is kind of the step you're at the minute. Right now, you're at this step. Who likes me, right? That's where you are. In 6 months from now, I want you to be at this step. Who do I like? I want you to go to the camps, not to see if they like you, but to see if you like being coached by that coach. Going back to your sister, it's a little different because she was doing academically, so it's a little different. And that is what we need to do with this student. Okay, excellent. Have I scared you away and make you want to quit?
Nope.
Okay, that was my last attempt. So now my question to you guys would be like, let's say I said to you, you have to pay me right now, which is not necessarily the case. What questions do you guys have for us?
So how do we get you the video? Right.
Good
So
question.
All the clips that we, so he's got, it's all VO, kind of through his club team coach. Do we send you the links to the VO, or how does that work?
Good question. Yes, you will send us the entire link and we will make the Every Touch video. Then once we have 4 to 5 of those in a perfect world, unless they're really good, we will then make the video for you. So we'll take the best moments of those games and make it. And if later on there's better clips, we will just make new Every Touch videos. We don't typically make a new highlight video because coaches don't want to see any more highlight video after they've seen one, but you don't have a traditional one yet. So if later on we do make another, we'll do that with you. But all you have to do is give us your VO link. If it's a password or username, we will request it. If you send us the entire VO, it will take me a long time to go through all the games. So I would ask your son, if you scored a goal or you got an assist, please send us those games first. There's a form, you'll fill out a Google form, and then we just get started editing.
So one of the issues we've run into when like compiling clips, and it's a good issue to have, is we have a whole lot of clips, because I played with the U17 and the U19 team in both the spring and the fall, all through into spring. So there's just a lot of things to look at. So
excellent. That's a great problem, to your point. So that's my job. So don't worry about the plethora. If you really have really good clips of that many, I will edit all of them. We'll make 20 Every Touch videos if that's what it takes. So I'm not worried about that. And frankly, it's actually easier for me if I make the Every Touch videos first, then look through the Every Touch videos and make the highlight video out of those. It's easier for me. We do have an AI tool that knows if it's a goal or not. Like, it doesn't do nuanced stuff, which I have to do manually, but things when the ball ends up in the net, it can tell. So if you give me 20 Every Touches, I feed it to the AI and it says, here are the best moments. Then I review it again. So I can make the video relatively quickly. Most of it I have to do manually, which is fine. So to answer your question is, if you say a lot, are you talking about you have the clips themselves, or you mean the full games?
The full games.
That's fine.
And usually there's like 3 to 4 really, really good clips that I would say I like. I don't know, he would probably say a lot more.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
we'll want your help. Like, it'll be a team effort, right? You've watched your footage more than we have. So you will send us, like, let's just say you say a lot. I'm picking a number, 10 full games. That's something you would think you'd send to us?
more.
Okay. So let me,
A lot of games.
Yeah.
so let me do this. Here's the,
Aren't as good. Yeah.
okay.
Some that are better.
Here's the only dilemma we have. If I could freeze time, I would take all your games and freeze the universe and look at all your footage, but we don't have that privilege. So perfection cannot get in the way of action. So if we just keep editing your video forever and we don't send it out, it defeats the purpose. Your highlight video is only going to be 2 minutes and 30 seconds, pretty much. Now, if I make 2 highlight videos, one that's 2 minutes and 30 and another one, so be it, because you have all that good footage, but we're just wasting time. If you really played well in all those games, I need the full games. That's the Every Touch videos. Those are king. The highlight video is kind of like the appetizer at the dinner, and they want a main course. Then they want dessert. So the appetizer is the highlight video. That's really not the main course. So the short answer is, let's say you send us 25 games. It's going to take us a long time. So what I would ask you guys to do is look through the best games you think. If within those games, like let's say there's a game where you played okay in, but there's 4 clips that are great, screen record them. Saves us a little bit of time. We'll have a Google Drive that's literally called additional video. Just give us those and we can make the video faster. Typically we turn around video in 3 to 4 days. If we do your way, it will take me 2 weeks, which is fine, but it's a long time. And I just don't want it to take forever. The good news is it sounds like is you have footage, so that's great. That's fantastic.
There's not a lot of goals. So, him being a midfielder and some of the videos you had, you being a midfielder really connected.
Totally.
I think, the things that you were saying about the kinds of clips that you need as a midfielder.
Yes,
So,
well said. And
not a lot of goals.
that's okay. And that I could see from his video that that's the case, that I'm not surprised. But the parts I saw in the video that I would like in the highlight video, there's plenty of clips. That seems apparent to me. The main thing is the coaches just need to see them. So we're even better off sending more emails than we are making a great video, because they're not going to watch the whole video anyways. So we're better off going, here's a pretty good video, 8 out of 10, and then another video, and then another video, and another video. That's better. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. Good question. The last thing for me, unless you have another question, is I'm going to send over an email now with the kind of directions to get started. In the agreement page, it will say to your son, if you don't meet with us every week, you're fired. Okay. If your grades drop below a 3.0, which is not going to happen, but it does say that, you're fired. If you don't give us the footage, right, you're talking a big game, but if you don't give us the video, then you're fired. And finally, is if in 3 months from now, you're not being genuinely recruited by specifically, and it's not in the agreement, but I'm telling you in this recorded video, an aeronautically engineering school, then we will refund you. Sound like a deal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The last thing for me is we don't work with that many students. So the question I would have to ask is, are you guys ready to move forward now, or are there any other questions you guys have?
I don't have any questions. It's that.
I get to be the bad guy who's also looking at SAT prep costs.
Totally.
And essay writing costs and all of the other things that we're going to have to do and juggle to figure out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds like I don't intend to sound discouraging. I think there are some things we can finagle and move around, but we do need his commitment to focus on SAT prep and essay writing, all those other things that go along with getting into schools of this caliber.
Yes, totally understand. So here's what I would say. I appreciate that big time. What I want you guys to do is think about it and weigh all the options. So I don't want you to give me an answer today. What I'm going to do is if it's okay with you guys, is tomorrow, we don't work with that many students and we're relatively booked. So what I want to say is, if it's okay with you guys, I would book you guys for tomorrow around this same time if you're available. Mom and dad, your son does not have to be there. It's a logistical question, in which case we have payment plans in which we can try and make something work. So for it's your guys' model and allows you to get what you need. And in there, we can then decide. If you guys say, no, we need like a week, then I'm not the right fit, and you can revisit me later. I just can't guarantee I have space. But right now, we have space for you, hence why we're here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So tomorrow, this is my schedule. So like, this is how many people are trying to call me, and I can't work with this many kids. So this is you guys. I was going to do this same time tomorrow. It's 2:41 my time. Is that okay for you guys, or at the quarter till?
Sorry, checking my calendar.
No worries.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be the same Zoom link.
Quarter to 3 your time?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so that's 5:45 here.
Perfect. So I sent that over to you. I'm happy to answer any of your questions at that point. No worries. And I want you, to your point, I would say to your son, let me ask you this. If you could invest your own money to work with me, or if you have some of your own money, would you put your own money into this project?
I mean, I definitely would. So one of the things I tell them all the time is when we're talking about like camps, hey, would you go to this one? Unless I have something like really against it, I always tell them, I'll do it. He's just the one. So I would say it's more their decision than it is mine.
But let me back up and say, the only reason I'm interrupting you, let's say I said to you, you're going to die tomorrow, unless you get $50,000. Would you probably find a way to get some money?
I would.
Okay. So I don't want to work with you. I'm not going to say it's the same as your livelihood, but if you say to your parents and you're not giving them the vibe that you would go to work with me, I don't want to work with you. I want those kids who are saying I would do chores at home or do extra stuff to do this. And you would. I can feel that. So the only reason I'm bringing it up is your parents can tell you better than I can, but I'm in a relationship and she has a 13-year-old. And so I'm a parent, ironically, of not his age, but close to, even though I'm a bit younger. And I tell her, I go, look, I'm not going to pay for this unless I feel like you would pay for it, in which case I'll happily pay for it. But if you're not going to meet me halfway, or furthermore, I don't want to pay for, she's a soccer player as it happens, for her camps or whatever it is. So likewise, if your parents feel that from you and I feel that, then I'd love to work with you. If not, then we get it. So perfect. I will send over the email so you have all the details. And then tomorrow we'll discuss any next steps. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Awesome,
Thank you.
guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
So,
thanks.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Nico, I have to go. So you have a call and I got to run, and TikTok, I got to go, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Awesome. Sounds good.